Today's main focus will be on the main levels. I plan on covering the sub-layers and enigmatic layers in a future video. I'll also mention multiple entities by name, but since our focus is on the main levels, I won't go too in-depth into these creatures. When one thinks of the Backrooms, the tutorial level is probably the first thing that comes to mind. It's the setting depicted in the 4chan image where the Backrooms lore began. This level is considered safe and devoid of entities. The only thing you'll find here is a seemingly infinite maze of yellow rooms. No two rooms are identical, and one can easily get lost, as a compass, or any navigational device for that matter, they don't function here. It should also be noted that the tutorial level is non-linear, meaning that you could continuously walk in a straight line and end up right back where you started. On this level, reuniting with others is unheard of due to the level's disorientating nature. If you're exploring with a group, then you should reconsider, as no clipping into this level will result in the members of your party being separated. Hallucinations of people, doors, and stairs are quite common on this level. This floor is riddled with bodies, corpses of those who succumbed to dehydration, starvation, or psychological trauma due to isolation. Level 1, also known as the Habitable Zone, is as the name suggests. This level is considered habitable due to its consistent supply of water and the random appearance of crates containing various supplies. With an appearance similar to that of a large warehouse or parking garage, Level 1 is more diverse when it comes to its layouts, as it includes elevators, staircases, other various rooms, and hallways. You may even encounter other communities such as the BNTG, Meg, and even a diner stocked with food. It's recommended to carry a flashlight, as the light fixtures have a tendency to flicker. It's likely that some supply crates may vanish, while hostile entities may appear. You may also encounter crude drawings on the walls, some of which may change in appearance when the lights flicker. The more industrial Level 2, also known as Pipe Dreams, is where things get a bit trickier. Level 2 requires greater caution. One can find themselves walking down dark, noisy maintenance tunnels, many of which stretch for millions of miles. The walls are lined with noisy machinery, pipes, and ventilation ducts, some of which contain a thick black sludge, and certain areas can reach temperatures of up to 110 degrees. Some of the most dangerous entities dwell on this level, including crawlers, a collective of beings infected by a deadly white fungus. The fungus is contagious and should be avoided at all costs. You may also encounter a number of additional hostile entities. Should you encounter these, run immediately. People of interest include the Survivors, a group of 29 people who are friendly and open to trade. You can also find an outpost known as Office Space EL3A, home to members of the BNTG, or Backrooms Non-Allied Trade Group. This space is considered to be one of the safest places in Level 2, complete with office spaces and even a break room. Similar to Level 0, Level 3, also known as the Electric Station, is a labyrinth of randomly segmented rooms with no consistent pattern. At an estimated size of 350 million miles, Level 3 is hot and extremely noisy. Due to its abundance of power generators, temperatures vary from 66 to 93 degrees, with some sections reaching highs of 135. It's common to hear the sound of machinery as one wanders through the dark and twisting hallways, many of which are so low and narrow, one needs to walk sideways or crawl in order to pass through. Being a Class 4, Level 3 contains many hazards. You'll be surprised to know that entities aren't your greatest threat. It's the scenery. Per its name, the electric station is full of machinery, many of which are generating power, though there have been some cases of some machines spontaneously combusting or even exploding. Similar to Level 2, some of Level 3's walls are lined with pipes that contain a highly toxic sludge. The sludge is known to emit fumes that, if inhaled, can cause brain damage, while contact with the skin can lead to second and third degree burns. Though for some, the reward is worth the risk, as this level is rich with valuable resources such as food, almond water, and weapons. It's also known to have the best Wi-Fi connection, a real treasure worth dying for. You may encounter that some passages are blocked by rusty prison bars. Multiple attempts have been made to dismantle the bars, but to no avail. It's almost as if the bars are indestructible. Due to these obstacles, many areas of Level 3 have not been mapped. People and places of interest include Meg's Base Gamma, a BNTG storage facility, and groups such as the followers of Jerry and the Masked Maidens. Level 4 switches from an industrial setting to a commercial one. Known as the Abandoned Office, Level 4 is rather plain. It resembles an office building lacking in furniture. Some of the rooms even have windows, albeit blacked out, and the ones that aren't, they should be avoided, as those windows are traps. This level is considered safe, so safe that you may even run into other wanderers. This level is considered the best place to gather with others and stock up on supplies, as vending machines, water coolers, and fountains containing almond water, they're scattered everywhere. People and points of interest include Amor Incrementum, a cult that worships agriculture, Meg's Base Omega, and the TBD Group, a 6-man community of hoarders known for their useless trades. Level 5's Terror Hotel is fascinating for many reasons. Of the first 9 levels, this one is by far the most furnished, with its 1920s furniture adorning the vast complex of this 1930s-style hotel. Throughout its opulent halls, one may hear the sound of smooth jazz playing quietly through the air, while the sound of lamps emit a gentle buzz. Though, there's more to this hotel than meets the eye. Reports of eerie whispers and the sound of party chatter behind walls are common. Others have claimed to be under the ghostly gaze of the numerous paintings lining the walls. Aside from some light dust, this level is well kept and mysteriously cleans itself. The hotel is divided into 3 sections: the main hall, the Beverly Room, and the boiler room. Ornately decorated with fine wallpapers and other various furniture, the main hall is a complex of hallways lined with doors, many of which are locked, though some have unlocked over time. Behind these doors, one may find fully furnished living quarters. The Beverly Room, also known as the Eternal Ballroom, is one of the larger rooms on Level 5. Throughout the room, one will find doors on all sides, with some reports even indicating extra doors on the ceiling. Unlike the rest of the level, the Beverly Room lacks in furniture, aside from a small table in the center of the room. Illuminated under the light of a large chandelier, the table possesses drinks and an unfinished game of mahjong. Attempts have been made to complete the game, though none have succeeded, as a result of a forced feeling to stay away. Level 5's boiler room is consistent with the hotel's 30s style, as many of the boilers and furnaces in this clustered region are vintage. Almond water flows through a maze of pipes that weave through the section, while steam from the boilers fills the air. Temperatures in this section are hotter than others, and it's recommended that should you come across any elevators, not to take them. The main danger on this level is the large death moth population. Large moths known for their acidic spit. The Terror Hotel is known for hosting one of their central hives, so proceed with caution. People and points of interest include Meg's Housekeeping Outpost, the Homely Hotel, a hotel service run within this level, and my personal favorite, the Originals, a group of wanderers who entered the Backrooms between the year 1300 and 1940. Notable members include aviation legend Amelia Earhart and the presumably deceased captain of the Titanic, Edward J. Smith. I was planning on moving on, but I have to admit that I haven't been completely honest about this level. There is one more matter I have to share with you. If you happen to come across a certain gentleman who invites you to his office, get away at all costs. This mysterious creature is Entity 18, better known as the Beast of Level 5, a monster that preys on your sanity. The entity is supposedly behind the mysterious nature of the Terror Hotel. According to some reports, it refers to Level 5 as its domain, and even suggests its role in the level's upkeep. Sporting 20s attire with the head of a squid, this charismatic creature with its Lovecraftian appearance is known to stalk its victims, strike deals, and then drive them to madness before killing them. Those whispers behind the walls, that feeling of being watched by the paintings. It's theorized that the beast is behind it all. Those foolish enough to strike a deal have been known to go insane, with many rambling to avoid the paintings. According to rumor, you don't find the Beast of Level 5. It finds you. Level 6, Lights Out. Well, the name says it all. A level devoid of light. On this level, wanderers walk through darkness, as any source of light is rendered useless. The only way to progress is to feel your way around the endless hallways made of some smooth material. Lights Out is not only known for its darkness, but also for its notorious silence. The non-existent visibility has limited this level's exploration to a minimum. It's for this reason that Level 6 is deemed unsecure. Its entity population, undetermined. This is the act of stepping into the unknown in its purest form. Some would even argue that the threat is not what lies in the darkness. Instead, it's what resides in the head. Level 6's greatest threat is our own paranoia. As one wanderer put it, Level 6 isn't dangerous because there's something there. It's dangerous because there's nothing there. Mental breakdowns are common just after a few minutes of venturing through the halls. Others have succumbed to auditory hallucinations, the sounds of whispers and breathing, all of which were inside their head. Feelings of dread and anxiety are common. They're the result of the terrible anticipation that continues to build up for every moment that you remain. People and places of interest include the world's quietest room. Located in some unknown hallway, this room is believed to be occupied by a single inhabitant who claims to have discovered the light switch. Usually the inhabitant begs the wanderer to flip it on. Should you discover said switch, it's advised not to flip it. Then you have the group known as Mimicry, a group of 4 who claim to have overcome the darkness. They've known to perfect any sounds or voices they've heard and mimic them. Avoid this community at all costs. If you're afraid of the water, then this level is not for you. Level 7, better known as Thalassophobia, is nothing more than an ocean that spans an unknown distance. Level 7 remains largely unexplored, but according to existing information, it's composed of 2 rooms. The first is the entrance room. This room is lightly furnished, and the water level is ankle deep. The room possesses strange properties that allow one to hold their breath for up to 30 minutes at most. Here one can find the entrance to the second room, the ocean. Mind you, the door to the ocean opens up directly above the water. From within the entrance room, it may seem as if you're face to face with a massive wall of water, but once you walk through the door, the center of gravity changes, meaning what was once forward is now down. This means you'll want to be tied to a rope if you want to be pulled back up. Above the ocean is a concrete ceiling, and embedded within the ceiling is a fixed doorway to the entrance room. As for the ocean itself, it's divided into 4 sections: the daylight zone, twilight zone, midnight zone, and the abyss. The deeper you go, the more likely you are to find humanoid skeletons as well as the skeletons of incredibly large fish. As for life, there is none, with the exception of 2 inhabitants, one being Entity 20, the thing on level 7, and Entity 720, better known as Tiny. Both are considered dangerous and are theorized to be responsible for the extinction of life on this level. Up on the surface, one may encounter islands made of unknown rock. While many of them are unpopulated, one island dubbed Fort Surrender is home to a small group of hostile inhabitants rumored to worship the thing. Last on our list is the 9th level of the Backrooms. Level 8, better known as Cave Systems, is comprised of huge caverns and small cave systems. Almond water flows from the walls and the ceiling and pools on the ground. Some of Level 8's more unique features are its pools of a tar-like substance. Be sure not to swim in it, as contact with it will result in humanoid hands rising from the tar, grabbing the victims and pulling them down. Veins of gold and copper can also be found in the caverns. This level is infested with entities, with Level 8 being home to a specific entity of its own, the arachnids of Level 8. These large and highly venomous spiders come in multiple variants and should be avoided if possible. Some places of interest include the Meg's Cave Raider outpost. It serves as a base for members to chart safe routes through the caverns. One may also run into the town of Cavragast, an abandoned settlement once home to a primitive people who mysteriously disappeared without a trace. The cruel tools they left behind suggest they were skilled hunters and held their own against the more dangerous entities. That was quite a journey, but we have much more to cover. Tune in next time as we dive deeper into the Backrooms.